Some years ago, President David O. McKay told from this pulpit of the experience of some of those in the Martin Handcart Company. Many of these early converts had emigrated from Europe and were too poor to buy oxen or horses and a wagon, and were forced by their poverty to pull handcarts containing all of their belongings across the plains by their own brute strength. President McKay relates an occurrence which took place some years after the heroic exodus. A teacher conducting a class said it was unwise ever to attempt, even to permit them of the Martin Handcart Company to come across the plains under such conditions. Some sharp criticism of the church leaders was being indulged in for permitting any company of converts to venture across the plains with no more supplies or protection than a handcart caravan afforded. An old man in the corner sat silent and listened as long as he could stand it. Then he arose and said things that no person who ever heard him will ever forget. His face was white with emotion, yet he spoke calmly, deliberately, but with great earnestness and sincerity. In substance, he said, "I ask you to stop this criticism. You are discussing a matter you know nothing about. Cold historic facts mean nothing here, for they give no proper interpretation of the questions involved. Mistake to send the handcart company out so late in the season? Yes. But I was in that company, and my wife was in it, and Sister Nellie Unthank, of whom you have cited, was there too. We suffered beyond anything you can imagine, and many died of exposure and starvation. But did you ever hear a survivor of that company utter a word of criticism? Not one of that company ever apostatized or left the church, because every one of us came through with the absolute knowledge that God lives, for we became acquainted with him in our extremities. I have pulled my handcart when I was so weak and weary from illness and lack of food that I could hardly put one foot ahead of the other. I have looked ahead and seen a patch of sand or a hill slope, and I have said, I can only go that far, and there I must give up, for I cannot pull the load through it." He continues, "I have gone on to that sand, and when I reached it, the cart began pushing me. I have looked back many times to see who was pushing my cart, but my eyes saw no one. I knew that the angels of God were there. Was I sorry that I chose to come by handcart company? No, neither then nor any minute of my life since. The price we paid to become acquainted with God was a privilege to pay, and I am thankful that I was privileged to come in the Martin Handcart Company."
Father, can you hear me? Will you listen to me for a while? Please, can you make the day warm? The sun will dry the dewy grass, and all will be well. And Father, make my steps a little larger. I'll try not to fall behind. Also, bless my shoes to help them last another mile or so. I've had nothing to eat for a while. Please, can you fill our grain barrel? Mother can make a flour cake, and all will be well. But Father, when the food is gone, forgive me. I'll try hard not to complain. Also, bless my mother, dry her tears and help her smile again. Father, I am so weary. Can I stop and rest here for a while? Please keep the cold from blowing. Bring on the night so I can dream, and all will be well. But Father, if I sleep too long, forgive me, wake me up, don't leave me behind. But if sleep still keeps me, Father, in your arms, please carry me home.